It's been a while since I last did a from the Workbench update, so let's have a quick trip around the current chaos of my workroom. We'll start with the familiar view of the cutting table, the green cutting table where I do everything, which is currently full of stuff from the 3D printer. Most of these are products available in the Spinny Head shop. Some of them are my own, specifically these, which are retro future style video phones for wargaming. Other stuff are designs by other creators that I'm able to do under license. So these are vehicles for Gaslands, got a bunch of figures. Some of which I'm painting. There's my little Lego play button that YouTube sent me a while ago. Every product that pops up in this video is I'll list them all down below, because there's quite a few strewn around, and not everything on here is a new product. Some of these prints aren't going to be used. I've recently started a bit of a rush on building wargaming and tabletop miniatures, so that's what this is all about. That's why I've got such a big batch of stuff there. Anyway, like I said, it's chaos. I really do need to tidy it all up. This is better than it used to be, because this new table, newish, I've had it for a year or so, has a lot more storage than the previous modelling table. It's a bit more organised. Up here, this is a selection of old builds and dioramas that I haven't worked out where I'm going to store them. This is not the proper version of this diorama. I've just ended up putting stuff on top of it. I really need to tidy that up. So, when it comes to display, I do have this over here. This is on this row, 32nd scale cars, bottom two rows. Up here, that's the 6th scale boombox that I built a while ago. These are 12th scale designer chairs that I got. I can't remember where I got them from, but I've had them for a while. This row, 43rd scale cars. These two I didn't build. These two I bought on eBay, completed. Just like the look of them. Over here we've got the DS, which I built a while ago, Renault 5, Peugeot, and the 2CV come Formula 1. This row is 24th scale. The Akira Hover flying bathtub, or whatever they were called. A few die-cast motorbikes. My young lady on her Moto Compo. Up here, it's a bit more of a mix and match. These are 76th scale custom cars. Some figures. Those are 72nd scale Stalker post-apocalyptic minis that I've painted and mounted on bottle caps. It's sort of a bit of a Fallout reference. The Vesperados, which were the subject of a video a while ago. My first, and so far only, Gaslands build. These are 3 of the cars that came with the new version of Car Wars, and these are, so that's a customised Hot Wheels, that was a kit. These 2 are chibi style resin cast models. I've got a couple more that I really need to do. This, I don't know where that came from. The Beatles, a Let It Be bus. That was a charity shop find. It turns out it's 10th scale, so it won't fit in with all my 12th scale stuff. And this was a painting that I found at a car boot sale a couple of weeks ago. Coming down and continuing the theme of car boots, here's today's car boot find. Some Matchbox cars that hopefully I'll gasland up. An old school Airfix T34 tank that I don't think I want to build this. I think I want to stick it in a frame and keep it that way. And a dollhouse. It's one of those ones where you see something, sometimes you've just got to buy it because you'll probably never see it again, or never see it again at that price. For a tenner, it's a battered old mid-century modern style dollhouse. Turns out it's nearer to 18th scale than 24th or 12th, which are the 2 sizes I really have most of my figures in. But I'm going to find a use for it. It needs some work. The bottom section really needs rebuilding and probably redecorating. I mean, look at that wallpaper. It's terrible. Also, you see the little holes in the middle of the screen there. They're for a lighting system. There's a few samples. And they were grain of wheat bulbs. They were little filament bulbs, if I remember right. So they need to be replaced. Hopefully if I do rebuild it, it'll go all LED. Coming back down this table, by the way, this is my old computer desk from upstairs. I've got a new computer desk, and this now is, I'm going to try and not do what I'm doing at the moment and clutter it up this way. This hopefully is going to become a gaming table, or the table I use for filming finished stuff. This is a card model of a shop. Basically, it's a joke on a very well-known Japanese shop. The shop brand is Book Off, and they're all over the place. So the designer built Book On. I've started to cut it out and build it, but I need better paper glue. And I'll stick a link to this as well. This was bought from a shop in Japan, an online seller. Does N gauge and Z gauge, and this is the base of hopefully a Japanese urban street scene. You can see I've marked out where the road's going to go, roughly. I need obviously sort the pavement, road markings, and then a few of these buildings to put it up, and then I can actually display and shoot photos of my Z gauge 3D printed models. Quick aside, this is another potential project. It's a food container from Poundland, but I think it would make a good shape for some form of sci-fi porter cabin kind of deal, you know, sort of thing they drop onto a planet. So there'll be projects involving that coming up. Back over here, another table. This is the light booth that I currently use to photograph everything. And lastly, into this corner, there's my 3D printer. There's what I printed overnight, which is just drying off a bit before I put it in for curing. And here's yet more old projects. I really need to sort out my storage and display a bit better. And there's even more up there. So coming months, plans should involve better display. I've got a whole bunch of part finished projects, which is one of the reasons that I'm stalling a little on regular updates at the moment. But I think once I've got a few of these further along, you'll see a big cascade of builds. So anyway, I have to get back to painting or finishing various of these and designing some more 3D stuff. That's where we are at the moment. No particularly close to finished builds that I can show you. And stay tuned, because everything is coming as soon as it gets finished.